Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Reactivate game Deluxe Class Bumblebee figure. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him and the entire contents of the packaging for him. So that's all his accessories. We're going to do some comparisons with him and some other figures from the Reactivate toy lines. We're going to have a look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We will then, of course, do some more comparisons and show the differences between lots of other Bumblebee figures that we've had released over the last few years, and indeed, of course, his little Generation 1 self as well. So loads to get through with this video, as you can see. So as I start to pop all these away, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. And the other thing is to thank In Demand Toys in the UK, which is an online shop, which is where I purchase this from, and as you can see, they got them to me nice, quickly and safely. Right, let's do some first impressions first and foremost, then we'll do some look at him in the alternate mode, and then we'll do the other comparisons towards the end. Now, on first glance, again, for a deluxe figure, this guy is brilliant. He's really, he really is quite big. I mean, if I just bring out that version of Bumblebee that came out, not too long ago. This is the one from the Buzzworthy pack. It's just obviously a different colour to the Netflix one. Look at the size difference. Look how much more of a toy that you're actually getting. It's crazy. And it really does feel good, in your hands, the fact that it's robust. It's got an insane transformation process for a deluxe figure, which I've uploaded separately as well, because I don't know if it's just mine, but it's really difficult around this particular area. So you'll hopefully have seen that in the transformation process video, and hopefully it's helped you out if you're struggling as well. Now, the same as with Starscream, we've got some sort of asymmetrical look. You can see there on his shins, and of course on the door panels, or the door wing, shall we say, on the back of him. So again, same sort of, I suppose, feeling which we did have with Starscream, is that he might have been, battle damaged, and he might have been rebuilt, or something's going on. I'm not too sure, to be fair, but it's really interesting that we're getting this particular look. We do keep saying, well, I do as well, and loads of people I chat to online, that we really do need to actually see some in-game footage of them. Now, this I think is pretty much all we've got so far, so it's not much at all, and it's just unfortunate that as of making this video that they've had a few more delays as well. But anyway, let's have a look at the head sculpt, because that is spectacular. Loads of detail on there, even into the eyes, nose, mouth, cheeks, etc. Detail on there. It's on a mushroom or ball and socket, so you've got full range of motion, looking up, looking down, even a teeny little side to side as well, but as you can see, full articulation. Shoulders and arms will come pretty much up to the T. The shoulder pads, as you can see, can be moved up and down as well. The doors you can move out of the way, so you've got like I suppose a sort of double display if you want to. You can have them coming back a bit more of like a Bayverse look if you like that. You can spin the arms all the way around. They look, oh no, they're on hinges. I thought they were on giant ball and sockets, but they will still go all the way around unrestricted if you move the doors. You've got a swivel underneath the shoulder as well. I thought you did have, you haven't, it's just in the bicep, which you can see is ball and socket, so that is full range of motion. There is no wrist swivel, unfortunately. That is completely just molded on, and unfortunately there is zero waist. I'm going to say articulation, because it is. There's no swivel whatsoever. You can see that's just some solid bits of plastic. It's good for the fact that there's no gaps, but it's obviously a negative that you can't turn him or twist him. The hips, they're giant ball and sockets, which you can see. There's a swivel underneath. There's a knee bend. There's even like a shin bend going on here as well. This part comes out sort of separately. And of course, you can see that there is an ankle tilt and rock due to the ball and socket on them, so fully posable. Just a slight negative maybe on the fists, and indeed the waist. The guns are two very small and tiny little blasters, but there's loads of detail on them. And I did just quickly want to address the fact that there's a few gaps on the back of the forearms, but unbelievably, and this is in the instructions as well, you can store his weapons, he says, just as he's dropped them, into the back of his forearms, like so. You can maybe just make out there's a cutout there right at the very bottom, and then this, you can see, just goes thin, and it really does, it just fits neatly into the bottom. I think this also doubles up for the alternate mode. I'm not too sure, but I like the fact obviously that you can store them behind them. Maybe it's for something, you know, in the game where you could flick it round. I'm not too sure, a bit like a Elite's blaster with the Earth Spark figures. But you can also, I normally do this in the latter stage of the video, but just wanted to show you it as well now. Is it this way? That's it. Yes, of course, you can pop them in the shoulders. Maybe not that way around. You can tell I've not had a practice at this yet. Into the shoulders as well, which I will show you in a bit more detail in the next part. But there are the guns. That is the first impressions. Great figure. That's probably the most detail I've gone into on first impressions in a figure in a long time, and we didn't even really look at the detail on it. Like, look at the reflective gunmetal grey there, the dark black there, just all the different colours that just really work. And this is a faux bumper as well, which is brilliant. Right, that is enough for the robot mode's first impressions. Let's have a look at him in his alternate mode. So we're back and he's in the alternate mode, and as I've said already, apologies, no transformation process in this video. It really is to keep the length of the video down. The transformation process is quite long-winded and difficult anyway, but with my copy there's a few issues with getting the clearance on a few things, so I kept rolling all the way through it just in case you have the same problems. So I do hope that it helps you out. But anyway, let's have a look at the alternate mode. It is lovely, it looks great. Now you can really sort of see that we've got a damaged side here. This door is really quite damaged. We don't know why yet. This looks much smoother. It looks, and again, it just feels really robust. You can see that all the wheels are on all individual pegs, and they do go around, no issues whatsoever. Now what I could have done, but I've kept them out just for this video, is I could have tucked these away in storage into the back of the forearms as well, but I wanted to keep them out just so I could pop them in the bonnet like so, and you can see that how it looks now. Again, really powered up. Even though they're only tiny guns, it just looks really good. Here's what he looks like, not compared to his box mate, but to his other Autobot friend from, of course, the same toy line. There you go. So again, big difference in size. That's a big Voyager. That is a big deluxe figure as well. And I suppose just to prove it, there is the little Jurassic Park Jeep. He's obviously nowhere near as long as Dragstrip, which is the new Imperial measurement for this channel. There we go. But a lot thicker, a lot more robust, and again, a lot bigger. Loads bigger than this little guy as well. There we go. Let's pop him up on there. So he's a sort of a cross between his G1 self and the last Studio Series one from the Bumblebee movie. Just looks a little bit more, as I say, robust with it. Now this is the same detail that's on his chest, but I didn't focus on it in the last part, so I want to show you it now. Raised Autobot logo painted, looking beautiful. We've got the lovely silver on the headlights, and you can probably make out, you know, these were his feet, etc. Even look at the boosters, the detail on the back of that is great as well. Lots of molding detail. Again, really impressed with these figures, really am. Right, let's come back for the final time then and have a look at him in his robot mode. Okay then, back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and let's see how he looks with these blasters. So yes, we can pop these both on the upper part of his shoulders, top of his, well, it's more like top of his chest, isn't it? And you can see that they look good on there. We've already seen that you can put them in the back of the forearms, but you can of course go for the good old-fashioned put one in each hand look. And of course, because they are 5mm ports, if you wanted to, you could keep the blasters on his shoulders and then indeed take any of your weapons from anybody else, you know, including fossilizers, weaponizers, etc., and put them in his hands as well, because he's got the 5mm ports there. He doesn't have them anywhere else. Again, I've already showed you can have the wings out or in. It depends how you want to. I suppose that's the most tucked away, which doesn't look the greatest. That looks okay, but honestly I think it looks better with the wings out. I think they do look really good like that. Right, let's do some comparisons. So I've got mainly recent figures, to be honest. So there is the Gamer Studio Series edition. This is the Bumblebee, of course, Studio Series Rise of the Beast. Now I can fit loads of Bumblebees on screen because he's not the biggest figure, to be honest. As I say, it's funny how they've seem to get smaller and smaller. Even of course this is Origin Bumblebee, we are getting smaller and smaller by the looks of it. And then, as I've already said, this is I thought I'd use the buzzworthy one instead of the Netflix, just for a change. And then I've also got, just for a bit of fun, I've got G1 there. And then I've got G1 Action Master as well. So there you go. So you can sort of see that, you can tell they're all Bumblebee, can't you? I mean, there's loads of other Bumblebee figures. You can literally pull them out. Well, on display, I'm sure you've all got the same, loads and loads and loads of them. So there really is an abundance of Bumblebee figures. And this one is quite clearly towering above them all. And I think, to be fair, easily one of the best, purely just because of how much work's gone into it. I've already mentioned it a couple of times, but I feel I need to mention it again. The transformation process is insane. Very difficult for a deluxe figure. I really think so. For a deluxe figure, it seems to be one of the most complicated, but what's straightforward, if that makes any sense. It's just, yeah, it's just really intricate. That's probably the best word. Right, what we need to do now then, let's have a look at the other figures from this toy line. So there is his box mate. There, of course, is Starscream. So we've got Voyager, we've got Deluxe, we've got Soundwave, which is a deluxe figure as well. So you can see we've got some big deluxe figures here. And then this is probably the biggest Voyager class figure I've seen in such a long time. So there is your complete run so far of these, I'm going to say it, amazing figures. Really are very good. I've spent a lot of time talking about these, probably more so than most of the deluxe figures I've done reviews on in recent times. So let's move away all of these. I don't think I need to do any. I will do, though, just very quickly, I was going to say any other sort of figure toy lines, because obviously they're all the same, but that's a core class figure, just to give you an idea of core class. With regards to other figures, if you collect others, we've got New Age. These are all going to seem tiny now. Magic Square, Iron Factory. I've got another core class figure, if you want, just to give you an idea, and more, I suppose, Optimus Prime. This is a Takara World's Smallest Transformer. And then this is a tiny little Doctor Wu who you can't even see. So again, way bigger than all of them, as we expected, to be honest. But nice deluxe figure. Really looking forward to seeing what else we get from this toy line. It definitely seems like they're putting a lot of money into it, to be honest. It really seems like yeah, exactly that. A lot of the budget has gone into these figures because they are very detailed, and they do look great. There's nothing more I need to say about these guys, to be fair, apart from the fact he's great. And it is, I suppose, just a shame that he comes in a 2-pack if you're not after Starscream. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Take care.